Is it worth it to buy a repack? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today is a very special one because we are asking the question, are repacks actually worth it? Most of the time we all know the answer is no. You really shouldn't be buying repacks if you are just looking for particular cards. Chances are you're not going to get them. I know a lot of people like to see the listings on eBay or wherever they happen to shop and see that, oh, you could get, you know, a Black Lotus or something like that. Chances are you will not. So hands down, it is not usually worth it. However, I wanted to give this the best shot I possibly could, and I did my research, and what I have found is there is a particular repack seller on eBay. I'll show the listing up right now that you can see actually has really good reviews, and overall I have seen a number of videos on it, and it actually got pretty good value back out of it. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting to make a ton off of this. The goal for me is solely just to see what kind of value we can get based on what we have spent. Roughly, we spent about $96. That is including shipping and everything. And my goal, hopefully, to hit that back in return. Now, we'll see. The seller was very, very kind. I will say they even took the opportunity to reach out to me before purchasing or before confirming that purchase and say, hey, just to make sure you understand what you are buying before you actually complete the purchase, which I do appreciate. I think that shows a lot of respect for what it is. Obviously, there is a stigma around repacks, and I think it's very justified. However, maybe we can get some value today. Let's see. So let's go ahead, let's jump into the repack and let's see what we get. And here it is, guys. This is the repack. Obviously, you can see each card in there is individually sleeved, and then of course we've got the outer sleeve as well. Now in this repack, there's actually quite a lot we get. So there's a minimum of 10 cards in every pack. Minimum of those cards, 9 of them are rares or mythic, ranging from alpha to Zendikar Rising. Obviously not great to see Zendikar Rising, but it is what it is. A minimum of 1 mythic guaranteed in every pack. A guaranteed minimum 1 Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Arabian Nights, English Legends, or Antiquities card, which will be very nice, hopefully. And a guaranteed 1 foil, mythic, or foil rare. There are, I think, some bonus cards that you can get in here. Each one gets up to 3 or 4 bonus cards, I believe, but that is not guaranteed. So I believe 10 cards is really what we are looking at here. We will see. But I am also going to show prices up on the screen. I don't know what the price point is for a lot of the cards that I'm expecting we see here. Nice seal on that. So we will do that together. We'll obviously see after the fact what the final value is as well. Hopefully, it's not too bad. So let's take this one step at a time. We have got Aether Barrier. Let's get that focused a little bit. Old Nemesis rare, 2 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever player plays a creature spell, that player sacrifices a permanent unless he or she pays 1. Interesting card. No idea what the value is. We have got a Hardened Scales, obviously a newer rare from Khans of Tarkir, 1-mana enchantment. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be placed on a creature you control, put that many +1 on there instead. A nice little card, but I doubt has a lot of value. We've got Omnath, Locus of Creation. Funny, we complained about Zendikar Rising, and we got Zendikar Rising. Obviously, a lot of text on this thing, but it was banned, actually, I believe, in Standard because of how good it was. So, very, very cool. I might be mistaken about that, but we'll see. The next card, interesting. Cheaty Face, how apt. An unhinged card, obviously the foil here. 2/2 when it comes into play. At any time without paying for it, but if an opponent catches you right away, that player may remove Cheaty Face from the game. Very interesting. Very silly card. Very, very silly card. We have got a Cursed Totem, very old school white border card, 2-mana artifact. Players can't play activated abilities of creatures. Obviously a pretty powerful card. Again, don't know the value offhand, but that'll be up on screen for you. We've got Demonic Attorney, Revised Edition, 1 and 2 black. If an opponent doesn't concede the game immediately, each player must ante an additional card from the top of his or her library. Remove that card from your deck before playing if you're not playing for ante. Very interesting. We have got City of Solitude, an enchantment for 2 and a green. Each player may play spells and abilities only during his or her turn. Very cool. Interesting card for sure from Visions. We have got a Showcase Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Foil. This spell can't be countered indestructible if it attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you can draw a card. We see this played in Standard now. This is a pretty cool little card for sure. Seeing it in foil is nice. We have got Resorian Badger. From Homelands, 2/2 for 2 and a green. If it attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no damage to the defending player. If you do so, remove from the game up to 2 target creatures from that player's graveyard. Gain 1 life for each creature removed this way. That's hilarious. And then our last card is a Beta Giant Growth, which again, value will pop up on the screen. Not 100% sure what it is, but I mean, it's pretty. It's not bad. The centering is off, very, very off. You can see we've got a really thin edge here and a very thick edge here. Top and bottom look okay, but that's about it. Got a little wear on the corners, of course. Let's see the back. Looks interesting to me. We'll see. We will see. Regardless, though, we'll jump into the value breakdown, I think, at this point. All right. So, what do we think? I think overall, this worked out pretty well. Our total value does look pretty good, I should say, but a couple things to keep in mind. One, that's based on TCG player mid and at near mint. A lot of these cards are not near mint, which means that value is truly going to be quite a lot worse than what it is here. Now, that being said, did we make our money back? It certainly seems like it. It doesn't seem too bad. I think a lot of times, if you're not safe about the repacks that you do pick up, chances are you're going to lose out on a lot of value. This person and this seller was very, very upfront on the face of it. They did guarantee a certain amount of value, and we certainly got that. So I can't be too upset about it. And I like the cards that we got. They're pretty cool cards, and we got a nice variety. It's fun to see a little bit more variety than just, commons from the latest sets, which is a lot of what you see in these kinds of repacks. But the big question is, would I recommend this? And the answer is not really. As great as I think the seller did with creating these repacks, it certainly seems like it from not only this video, but if you go watch other people's videos on the same repack, you can certainly see where I think a lot of people made out pretty well, or at least did okay. They maybe broke even. And I think that's all you should expect to do most of the time. I don't think you should be expecting you're going to get a $10,000 card at a repack that you only paid $100 for. That's outrageous. It's not going to happen. I'm very sorry, but there's no way in the world that would ever happen. That being said, this was fairly tapered expectations, and I think they did a decent job. So if you are looking for a higher end repack, I don't think this is a bad option to go with. But personally, I would just say, if you want a particular card, go buy the particular card. Don't waste your time or your money on repacks when you have no idea what you're going to get. It's sort of the same theory as, looking at a standard set nowadays. If you're looking for a particular card to pick up, why in the world would you buy a booster box to get one card? That makes no sense to me. And so while I enjoy opening up value as much as the next person, and it certainly is a fun experience, make sure that if you go into it, taper your expectations. Don't expect to make your value back every single time. Go into it with a little bit more of a lighthearted kind of view, and just have some fun with it. And if you do that, I think it's perfectly okay, assuming you did your homework, to pick up some repacks. But other than that, I don't recommend it. I know there are some major horror stories out there when it comes to repacks, so I don't like to say it's a great idea by any means, but it is fun to open up these kinds of things when you do see them, and you know that there is some amount of guarantee with it. So these were not bad. I do say if you're going to look for a repack, this isn't a bad way to go. I'll have it probably linked down below for you, that if you would like to go check it out, it's not a bad one to go with. But again, I don't recommend buying repacks as a general rule. Now, overall, this was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do want to see more repack openings, or any kind of openings really, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to do this again at some point. I feel confident with the seller. They were very kind, like I said, and so I do appreciate that, and they were very upfront, which was good. But I don't want to be doing this all the time, obviously. It's not really great to spend your money on repacks and stuff like that overall. But regardless, this was really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like or a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe if you are not already. And hopefully we will see you again very soon in another video.